What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I wanted to have a conversation with you on the topic of monitoring spirits and why it's important to keep these people as far away from you as possible. Sometimes they're unavoidable, but there's a way that you handle a monitoring spirit. Yes. So these things happen in the 3D realm, and they also happen in different realms, the 4D, 5D, 6D realms, depending on what level you are in the spiritual realm as to what monitoring spirits can be sent in your direction. In this realm, it can happen on a daily basis. From the different dimensions, it can happen while you're sleeping. When they call it sleep paralysis, or it can happen in your dreams and things of that sort. So once you learn how to conquer them in that dimension, then you have more power over them in that dimension, because you can defend yourself in a spiritual way. That's for people who know. If you know, you know. Yeah, you can defend yourself in a spiritual way. For those who do not understand what I'm saying when it comes to the monitoring spirits in the different dimensions, let's just look at it as sleep paralysis and how you break out of that and how you prevent that from happening. Yeah, that goes into a whole different story of learning how to astral project, learning how to disconnect from your body, learning how to come back into your body, learning how to fight these demonic entities in a spiritual manner. So that does not necessarily, that's a whole other video within itself. So today I want to speak about the monitoring spirits who are just as destructive here in the 3D realm. So what is a monitoring spirit? Yeah. A monitoring spirit can be anyone. It can be family members. It can be your lovers. It can happen on social media, your co-workers, so-called friends that are low-key haters. It can be frenemies, people who claim to be your friend, but they're really not your friend. And it can also be people who are just, we'll call them fans. People who are just obsessed with you. They want to know what you're doing. They don't really care for you. They don't really like you, but they want to know what you're doing. Where have you been? You know, what are you doing? Where are you going now? Where are you at now? You know, and they kind of ask these questions in a way as if they really cared, you know. But what they are doing is that they're monitoring your moves. They want to know what you're doing. Why is that? Why do they want to know that? So when you have a calling, when you're walking in your calling, not everybody is happy with that. Not everybody's happy with that. When you are one of what we refer to today as the chosen, people are intimidated by your energy. They're intimidated by your next move. And so they feel like they have some type of control if they know what you're doing next. Yeah. So here's a funny example to me. This is so funny to me. So Elon Musk sent out an email to people who work in the federal government. And he said, you know, by the end of the day, by COB, I need you to send me 5 bullets of what you did last week. Like, what did you do? What are we paying you for? You know? And so the people who had to scramble for those 5 bullets, you know, deep down inside, they know, you know, they ain't really doing what they need to be doing, right? They're not, the government doesn't need them, you know? And Elon Musk is pocket watching. He's like, yo, why are you getting all this money? Why am I giving you all this money? What is your worth? You know? And so monitoring spirits will do that. They will pocket watch. They'll pocket watch. Yeah. So in a sense, if you don't understand overstand what a monitoring spirit is, Elon Musk is a monitoring spirit. He's watching people. He wants to know what people are doing, how much money they're making, And are you worth that money? And why am I giving it to you? You know? And so in a sense, Elon Musk is kind of a funny monitoring spirit. That just tickled me so bad. I was thinking about when I was in the 3D realm, and I could just see receiving one of those emails with the federal government, and thinking, oh my God, you know, I probably wouldn't have had a issue with giving the 5 bullets, but it's just so funny to me seeing people scramble for that. Okay, so what do you do with the monitoring spirit when you have somebody within how to detect a monitoring spirit? So a lot of times, like if you go into isolation, which a lot of the chosen people do, if you go into isolation, you kind of disappear, you get off the map for a little while. And you're doing that to regroup, because when you're an empath, you have to take that time to yourself. You have to be alone so that you're not pouring from an empty cup. Yeah. But you'll have people drop in, and some of them will be honestly concerned, but you can really detect the monitoring spirits when they drop in. Hey, where you at? What you been doing? You know, things of that sort. And you know that they don't really care. They're just trying to follow you so that they have something to do. They're bored with their own lives. And so they're obsessed with your life. And so they try to follow you and peek in on you, you know. And so as soon as they see you pop up on social media, they pop up on social media. Like, we don't care over here. Like, we honestly don't care over here. But hey, you know. And so monitoring spirits will do stuff like that. They'll try to track you, you know, be nosy, be in your business, what's going on with you. And they want to know for no other reason than just to have something to talk about. You know, just to have something to talk about. But because their lives are so mundane and so boring. You know, they go to work, they come home, they take care of the kids. It's a mundane life. And so they feel like that you're doing something that's a little more exciting, and they want to know what that is. Even if you're not. You're just going to have these monitoring spirits. So another way to detect a monitoring spirit is by watching microaggressions when you're speaking with someone. If you tell someone something good, and then the microaggressions will tell you everything you need to know. And so they might have a microaggression of jealousy, or they might have a microaggression of, if you tell them something bad or what they perceive to be bad, they might have a microaggression of being happy. They might have a little smirk or a little evil smile on their face in regards to what's going on that they perceive, not you, they perceive to be bad, right? And so you can tell that those are not your friends. Those are monitoring spirits. They're just coming around to see what you're doing so that they have something to talk about. Their lives are boring. 9 times out of 10, they're not very healthy. They don't have anything going for themselves. You know, they're on the hamster wheel. They're struggling. They hate their jobs, and they hate everything about that, but they're struggling to keep things going. So they just come around just to get information, just to see what's going on with you. Other ways to tell a monitoring spirit is they're very nosy. They ask you little questions, you know, like who you sleeping with now, or how much money you make in an hour, or how much they paying you, or if you have some type of event going on, they start counting heads. Oh, she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Oh, that's $3,000 right there. They got something to say about your pockets, and not knowing that half of the people you invited to the event are there for free. They don't know that. They just constantly counting your pockets and being in your business because they have nothing to do with their life, and they're not focused on their own mission, whatever that may be. And a lot of times monitoring spirits don't have one, because the chosen don't have time to be a monitoring spirit. I don't have time to be worried about what you're doing, your pockets, what you're doing with your vagina, or what he's doing with his man parts. I don't have time. And I don't care. As a matter of fact, it's not of interest to me. Whether or not your relationship is working, how much money you're making, what you're putting in your stomach, I don't care. I really don't. And so another thing monitoring spirits will do is they will have, they'll feed on your energy. If someone comes around you, hey, let's go to lunch, let's go do this, and you spend a little time with them, and when you met with them, you felt great. You feel great, you know? And then by the time you leave them, you're yawning, you're tired, you're exhausted, because the monitoring spirit really didn't want to spend time with you. They wanted to feed on your energy. Yeah. And so that's a monitoring spirit. You know, they're just there to see what you got going on. They want to feed on your energy, because 9 out of 10, they know you're going to be upbeat, and it's going to be authentic, and it's going to be real. Because when the chosen are hurting, or when the chosen are going through something, we go into isolation. We don't go talk to nobody. Let's go to lunch so I have somebody to cry to. We don't do that. No, we go into isolation. We get under our covers. We take our salt baths. We get under our covers. We wash our hair. We cleanse all the energy off of us. We clean our house, and we get up under our sheets, and we gather ourselves. We get ourselves back together. We do whatever it is that helps us get back together. We don't go to everybody else and start crying and stuff like that. There's a time when social media was a huge outlet for me, you know. But I've learned that people are liking stuff and posting stuff at the bottom of the post that you've been devastated or you're hurting or something like that. One reason I did it is because I felt as though my healing journey would assist others in their healing. But the monitoring spirits, they overrule the people who are using the information to heal on their journey. So I just got off all social media platforms outside of YouTube. Yeah. YouTube is an opportunity to assist people on their spiritual journey. And it's an opportunity for me to help people if I can, if they're interested in what I have to say. And if not, it's an outlet for me. But I'm not putting my personal business on social media anymore. I stopped posting my grandchildren a long time ago. Because the way these predators are out here rampant, the way these narcissists are out here rampant, yeah, nobody really cares about what you're going through. And so you go into isolation and you get with nature. Yeah, nature is my safe space. That's where I heal myself at. I don't heal myself on social media anymore. So being careful of the monitoring spirits, because what they do, if they're not stealing your energy, right? And men are notorious for this. Men are notorious for this. They love to come around the feminine energy. You can see a man come around you, and they are they're not. You can see their energy shift after they've been in your presence. Like they elevate off of the feminine energy. And a lot of women don't realize this. They don't realize how powerful the feminine energy is. They just throw it around like it's nothing, you know, or they use it as a way to come up. You know, which is just some things that people do. They'll use it as a way to come up because they're pretty or because whatever it is, and they're a woman, you know, and so they use their feminine energy in a way. But the feminine energy is designed when you're with a man to assist, especially a woman who knows herself, to assist the man into elevating to his highest level. But we don't use it like that. Women use it to come up, temporarily come up. And men use it to temporarily feed so they feel good for a minute. But the real successful people, the real successful men, you will see them with women who assist them in their growth. Because that's what the feminine energy does. It motivates people to grow. But men will come, monitoring spirits will come around, and they will feed on that energy. And that is solely what they're there for. I've been in the store before, like just shopping, and some dude walks by me and I feel a pull on my heart chakra. And it's not a nice pull. It's a pull as if they're stealing energy. You know, I'm looking for deodorant or whatever it is I'm not paying attention to them, and they walk by and they just swipe your energy. You see it all the time. You can watch people. If you have an eye to see, you can watch people in the store, and you can tell which one is the one that's taking the energy. Yeah. Another video. I digress. Another thing about monitoring spirits, they're always mixed up in the drama. Like whenever you come around a monitoring spirit, someone's always going through some stuff. And you got to start asking yourself, why is this person always the common denominator in people's issues? You know, it's because they're a monitoring spirit. They're over there under the pretense of carrying what this person is going through, but what they're really doing is they're feeding on that person's energy, and they want something to talk about. They want something to talk about. They want to say, oh, well, he's going through this and she's going through that. Well, at least I'm not that bad. You know, and so that's what monitoring spirits do. They monitor everything that's going on in other people's lives so that they can feel better about what's going on or what's not going on in their lives, you know. And so if anybody is around you that always got the scoop on what's going on with Tisha and what's going on with Jerome and what's going on with blah blah blah, if they got the scoop and they can't break they break their neck to get over there to tell you about it, trust me, they're doing the same thing with you. They're monitoring what's going on with you, and they're telling what's going in your pockets. They're telling who you're sleeping with. They're telling that you broke up with your boyfriend. They're telling you that you met somebody new. They're telling everything they know. They know more about what's going on with your vagina than you do. They run go tell it. And because they feed off of that, you know, and the people that are listening to it are feeding off of that. They're kindred spirits. Yeah. So if you're not a kindred spirit, then it doesn't interest you. You're like, why do I care that she is going through that? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't even know that person. It's not my business, you know? And so that's the attitude that the chosen will have. Like, we don't care what they're going through. We don't get excited based off of the fact that people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? If we can't help them, we can't help them, because we've learned a long time ago, we're not here to save everybody. As an empath, you want to save everybody, but you will lose yourself in the process. And you negate people's karmic debt when you run over there and save them. But at the same time, we're not having a gossip party about it either. It's not our business. Let those people go through what they're going through in peace without you adding your negative, ugly energy to it. Monitoring spirits will shoot negative energy to any situation because they're feeding on it. They want it to grow in a negative way. If they see a spot of mold, they want that mold to spread. And so they spew their energy towards that person and hoping that it'll spread, that the whole thing will just spoil. But those of us who see them, we know how to block them. Yeah, you block them. You don't give them the energy. You don't give them what they want. You don't let them feed on you. Now, sometimes a monitoring spirit is so close to you that they can't help but know your business. Yeah, they're just close to you, so they know everything that you're doing, because they could be family members, or it might be your lover or something. They know everything that you're doing. And so you just have to figure out a way to dance around those people. But sometimes we're close to those people. We want to share with them. Whole time you're talking to them, they're on the phone. She got a boyfriend. Girl, what's she doing? Girl, she over here working that, and she making this much an hour. And girl, yeah, oh girl, he crushed her. Blah 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 blah. Whatever they can get, they gonna get it, and they gonna relay it. That goes back to a whole nother video too. Those are the flying monkeys to the narcissist. Honey, I have plenty of information about these people and about these things that go on. Monitoring spirits are messy under the pretense of helping. You know, oh, let me go help you. They have no intention on helping you. They just want as much information as they can get, so they have something to talk about, so they can feed on your vulnerability, and they will get you when you're most vulnerable and just feed on you. They're nasty individuals. Nasty. Has a lot to do with narcissism as well. And they rejoice in other people's downfall. Why would you rejoice in someone else's downfall? How does that benefit me? If you're going through something and I say, oh, yes, you're going through all that stuff, girl, yeah. How does it benefit me? If I'm a monitoring spirit, it benefits me because I can say, well, at least I'm not going through that. Knowing that you're lower than a snake's belly, you're nasty, you know, you're just nasty. And so now you but you want to feel better about yourself instead of doing the work and becoming a good person in your heart, soul, spirit, and all that. Instead of doing the work, you just rather feed on like a vulture feeding on someone who's dying. You know, so but that's what the world is full of. We have I'm convinced at this point that we have half narcissists and half empaths in the world. I think the doggone narcissists are outnumbering the empaths, because I very seldom meet another empath. I can see them when I come into contact with an empath. I could be in a room full of people and I could point out the chosen. I can see what they're going through at that time. I can tell which ones are chosen. You know, I work in a place right now in my 3D world, and where there's people that are there's a lot of children, and I can tell which ones are chosen. They're always by themselves. They're not playing basketball. They're not on the video games. They're not doing any of that. They're not in the painting. They're not doing any of that. They're always alone. Yeah. And so, and out of 300 children, there's probably 2 that are chosen. So yeah, we're not as the black sheeps are not as common, or not as, there's usually one in every family. Yeah. So monitoring spirits will send negative energy your way. They'll go tell gossip about you. They will hope that you fail. They're monitoring you so that they can send you negative energy. And so, in spotting the monitoring spirit, they're never bringing anything to you to assist you in your growth. They're never bringing you any, hey, guess what, Lisa Lightfeather, you can do this or you can do that. Girl, you can add this or that. And even if they do come that way, now you gotta make sure that they're sincere. Inboxing you, what you doing? Where you been? Where you at? Oh, you got plans? Don't say that. Yeah, and so they be all in your business and wanting to know what's going on with you, and so they can go tell, or they can add their negative energy to it. So, as a chosen one, a black sheep, scapegoat, whatever you want to call it, you have to learn that because you are human and you want to communicate with people just like everyone else does, you have to learn that you are not like everybody else. You're just not. You never have been. You've always been the outcast. I don't care what kind of work you do to yourself, how much you heal yourself, how much you love yourself. You walk in the room and somebody's going to find a problem with you. Who that? Because your auric field is so big. It's so big. It's so spread out that when you walk in a room, your auric field precedes you 6 feet out. And so you walk in, you're just going in. I'm just going over here to check something, right? And or to purchase something. But when you walk in, it feels like you're bumping into people. Boom, boom, boom. Your auric field is tapping them. But you're nowhere, your physical body is nowhere near them. It's your ethereal body. It's your auric field that's touching them, And so they automatically feel offense. And so once you start doing the work and taking care of yourself and loving yourself, and truly loving yourself, people will dislike you even more because they have not gotten there. They don't know how to love themselves. And a lot of monitoring spirits will never get there. They're too busy watching you. They don't have time to take care of themselves. So, so some of the ways of finding out who's a monitoring spirit, watch their microaggressions. Watch who they listen, what do they always want to talk about? Other people's business, yeah? What questions are they asking you? Are they asking you how you're doing, how you're feeling? Are they asking you where your man at? How much money you make? Where you going this weekend? And what are they asking you? You can base who they are based off of how they present themselves to you. And so because you have a mission, because you're on a journey of healing yourself and assisting others in their healing with whatever calling that may be, you don't have time for this. And you need to protect your energy, So how you protect your energy? Shh. Where you going? Girl, I ain't doing nothing. Sometimes you're going to have to tell some little lies. Sometimes you're going to have to tell a lie or two because you got to keep them off your back, out of your business, get out of my face. I'm not trying to be rude with you, but to be straight. And sometimes you got to be just straight point blank. It's none of your business. And then they get mad. I was just asking. I know you were just asking. And I was just saying, it's none of your business. You know, they hate that. Honey, they hate that. They hate that when you be straightforward with them. But anyways, in order to protect yourself, in order to protect your goals, in order to protect your energy, to protect your path, part of your growth is learning how to keep your excitement, to keep your disappointments, to keep life's journey away from other people. You know, now you've already mastered isolation, going within yourself and healing yourself. You need to master this. Don't let people know what's going on in your life, because they're going to run, go tell it. Either it's the flying monkeys going back to the head narc, or it's the narcissist who's envious of you. They hate you. They want to see you fail. They want you codependent. They hate that the chosen are not codependent. We don't depend on other people to bring us happiness. We don't depend on other people to bring us joy. We don't depend on other people to pick us up. We have mastered it. And if you haven't and you're chosen, you got to go through your trials. You got to go through your tribulations, and they will never stop coming. But you get better at mastering it and getting back up on your feet and moving forward. It gets easier. Now, some things in life hit you. And when they hit you, they hit you. You just got to go through it. That's life. But we're not codependent on someone else. I don't have to wake up to someone else. I don't have to be like, oh, I hope they're home when I get home. Oh my gosh, I hope they're going to come get me this weekend. If I want to go somewhere this weekend, I get in one of my cars and I go. I don't have to wait on nobody to come get me. You know what I mean? I don't have to, if I want to go out and eat, well, I want to go out and eat, but I don't have nobody to go with me. Why do I need a monitoring spirit to go with me to go eat? I would get these big hips up and go out there and eat by myself and feel good about it. People gonna look at monitoring spirits, gonna look at you while you're out there eating. Oh, she's by herself. Don't send that energy over here. I am fine, baby, fine. I could send the energy back over there to you. Oh, you're in a relationship and you're fucking miserable. Because you can see it. They're in a relationship. They ain't talking to each other. They both on their phone. They're just codependent on the energy. I need you in order to feel like I'm somebody. The chosen doesn't need that. We are somebody, with or without you. So be careful out there, chosen. Be careful out there. Continue on your healing journey. Continue on your spiritual journey. Watch out for the monitoring spirits and learn to shh. You don't have to share it with them. Yeah? All right. That's all I have for you today on the topic of monitoring spirits. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week and write your goals down. Use a blue pen and white paper. Manifest what you want and keep it to yourself. You don't tell nobody until it's done. Yeah? Well, happy manifestation. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll chat with you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your spiritual and your healing journey. Y'all have a good day.